Greetings, YouTube viewers. Sleepless Dog back with you with the awaited Vox Kyomi just for Vox design. First impressions, Redux. That is the replacement. Very quickly want to give a shout out to GP Knives, who I ordered the original from. The delay on this review is because of me. I got busy with my life schedule. Took me a few days to get the knife returned to them. They immediately shipped this replacement once they received the knife from me. They sent me a prepaid priority mail label to get the knife back to them. And like I said, within I think a few hours of them receiving the one that had the little gouge on the front of the scale, they sent this. So, shaving sharp out of the box. Of course, most of you who are watching this probably know the specs on this knife. We'll go over it real quick. Blade's a little over 3 inches, total weight's a little over 4 ounces. Blade steel N690CO, made by Bowler in Germany. Kind of an enhanced version of VG10. Carbon fiber front scale on this model. They are available with titanium front scales or G10 front scales. This is, of course, the satin finish blade. They are also available with stonewash blades, so that's pretty awesome. Backside, beautiful milled titanium clip and a dark blue, almost purple anodize. Is that indigo? I don't know. You folks tell me. Backspacer, same again. Dark blue, almost purple anodize. The lanyard hole is integral to the backspacer. Shaving sharp out of the box. Have been kind of playing with this for the last day and a half. So quickly, there's one glaring thing that I have noticed on this knife, and it's the one glaring omission, and I don't know if it's an omission or if it's something it's intentional. The blade hole is not chamfered. And on a knife that's detinted well enough to flip, and this flips really well, it came a little dry, used a little needle oiler, oiled it up nicely. It flips really well. There is no chamfering on the blade hole. It is sharp. It is like as cut off of whatever they used to cut that hole. So, that, you know, I mean, there are well-known knives from other makers that don't chamfer the hole. What's really inexplicable on that is every other edge, other than the lock bar cutout, every other edge of this knife is beveled, chamfered, and they're compound bevels. Every edge has a compound bevel. You can see here, compound bevel running along here. It's the same angle. It's, you know, it's deeper. It's wider bevel at the back, narrows to the front, so it's the same angle this way, and then it angles in more this way. That bevel is replicated on the carbon fiber scale, as you can see. Even the back of the knife, again, a compound bevel that I'm going to try to get in the light for you. Again, replicated on the carbon fiber side. Front of the knife, very easy to see. Compound bevel, again, replicated on the carbon fiber side. Compound bevel. I've already talked about the handle, the bottom of the handle. The top of the handle, not only is there a compound bevel here, that you can easily see on the titanium side, we'll try to show it off on the carbon fiber side, there is, again, not just a bevel in here, but a compound bevel. Wider tapers toward the front of the knife on both sides. So what that does is it gives you a really nice landing spot for your finger when you flip the knife. Again, even the hole here. Not the hole, the finger choil. Compound bevel. Come here, compound bevel on both sides of the lock bar face. So again, basically every surface has a chamfer. I don't know if there's a chamfer. There's not really a chamfer here on the front finger choil, but it's not sharp like it is in here. They've polished out the finger choil. As you can see, it's pretty raw up in the blade hole. Other than that, that's the only flaw. And I think it stands out because every other part of the knife, as you saw as I just rotated through it, is fit and finished incredibly well. Really great fit and finish everywhere. You know, the stone wash on the titanium frame side, the nice etch with Jasper Vox's Vox trademark. Again, the nice edge on the Kyomi name, Viper Knives, Maggiano, Italy. Beautiful knife, as you saw previously. Flips really well. Sometimes I can get this to open with my thumb. A lot of times I have to pinch it. Maybe it'll wear in and get easier. I don't know. The one that I had previously that had the gouge up here on the titanium, it would open pretty easily just with thumb pressure. So of my now sample size of 2, there is some variance in how heavily detinted these are. I don't know if that's a depth on the detent hole on the blade. I don't know if that's spring tension on the frame lock side. I don't know. But anyway, there's some variation, at least on the 2 that I've had. But I really like this knife. It feels great in the hand. I'm sure because of all of the little detail, all the attention that is paid. So, really like it. It is, of course, a ball bearing pivot. You may or may not be able to see the little edges of ball bearing in there. There is an over travel stop integrated into the hardened steel lock bar face. So, let's see if we can get a look in there. Yeah, you can see the little pocket that's milled out there. And maybe we can see the pin down in there. Maybe not. But yeah, there's a good sized little pin. Yeah, maybe kind of see it in there. Not really a pin. The lock bar face extends up. Goes into that nice milled out little pocket there. So, great little knife. Feels spectacular in the hand. On the size, I'm going to quickly, we'll run out of camera battery here, grab a couple of knives that are fairly, one common, one not so common, just to give you guys, ladies, size comparison. That is a Benchmade Reptilian, full size. So what's interesting to me is if you line up cutting edge to cutting edge on these knives, you give up a little bit of blade length, but when you're lined up cutting edge to cutting edge, look at the grips. They're basically the same length. And what's interesting is when you line up cutting edge to cutting edge, looking at back of cutting edge to back of cutting edge, the finger choil on the grip, or the guard type portion, is almost in the same spot. So really efficient handle design on the part of the Kyomi. So I do wear XL gloves. I think I've mentioned that in previous videos. Again, I can get a full conventional saber grip on it. I've never used a knife in reverse grip, never needed to, but if you need to, yep, you can get a full reverse grip. This is without using the finger choil and the blade. Of course, with the finger choil, you can easily choke up on the knife. So the ergos are really good. That little landing spot is kind of nice when you're gripping back here in a saber grip, that thumb landing, that bevel. It's just nice. It gives you kind of a spot back in here to kind of sink the meat of your thumb into, so you don't need any jimping on this knife. The only jimping is right here on the very tip of the flipper. So it's a killer knife. I really like it. Like I said, that's a size comparison to Benchmade Reptilian. I will throw in real quick ZT-0562CF, which is another spectacular knife that I really like. Get a little more room up here. So 562CF, maybe a little more efficient than the Reptilian. If we line up cutting edge to cutting edge, 562F has a significant advantage. This would also apply to a 562. You can see back of cutting edge to back of cutting edge. Now your guard, your choil is sitting forward of that of the Viper, and you've got more handle. So you've got more handle forward, more handle back. So the 562CF is a big knife. Again, there's a lot of room, but that's a quick comparison of size. A very popular ZT model and an extremely popular and pretty well circulated Benchmade model. So get these two out of the way. But again, you've got an idea of the grip size. Thickness, that's another area that we need to kind of hit. I did not measure out the thickness. It is really close in thickness to the 562CF. I mean, it's real close. Probably within thousandths of each other. So, yeah, it's trying to like rotate them so you can see the thickness difference, and it's close on the thickness. Thickness compared to Reptilian, actually again really close at the narrower part of the Reptilian, but this is a flat knife. The Reptilian does get wider through its radius. And because I've noticed, because of this compound bevel here, it actually looks like this knife is getting narrower toward the front. It's not. It's the same thickness throughout, but really comfortable in the hand, really kind of an ideal thickness to me. I find I really like my Kershaw Thermite, but it's almost too thin, and maybe it's because I've gotten so used to carrying this 562 CF around, but very similar thickness, both flat scales with just some nice radiusing or chamfering on the, or beveling on the scale sides. The Reptilian feels really nice in hand. It's a little thicker, so I think this is a great size. It is comfortable in my pretty large hands, but it's not obnoxiously thick. And I think that even people with small hands would find this to be a comfortable knife to use. Again, just a little over 3-inch blade, weight's a hair over 4 ounces on the carbon fiber version, so it's a good, you know, ounce and a half lighter than a 562 CF. Yeah, 4 ounces kind of in the middle weight. A lot of people say anything over 4 is too heavy. Some people say, you know, under 4 it feels too flimsy. So 4 is kind of a Goldilocks zone for me. For a lot of people, I don't have a problem carrying my 562 CF, but lighter knives, I tend to almost forget they're there and not even notice them. Carbon fiber has got a couple of tiny little voids that you may or may not be able to see on camera. That happens with a lot of carbon fiber. It's just nature of the material, nature of the composite. So other than that, I really like it. You know, tall, flat grind, a lot of belly, good all-around blade shape, in my opinion. Some of you may like pointier blades or narrower blades top to bottom. That's, you know. But if you like tall, flat grinds with a lot of belly, and want something pretty that's not huge, I think they're definitely worth it. I think they're a very good value at under $200. These are $185 at most dealers for the carbon fiber version. G10, you add a tiny bit of weight, but I think you save about 20-25 bucks on them. So Again, no sacrifice in materials. I think you do get just a plain gray anodized backspacer and clip on the G10 versions. The carbon fiber versions and the titanium versions, you get the nice dark blue anodized pieces. The titanium is also a little bit heavier. The all titanium, the titanium front scale version of this knife, a little bit heavier. Again, a little more money. I think the carbon fiber looks better. In my experience, it's a very durable material, very scratch resistant, provides a nice grip without biting into your hand, so really like it. If you enjoyed the review, please like the video. Questions, comments, feedback, welcome. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day or evening wherever you are.